with Barry McLaughlin for a retrospective look at FNF 7, and we're going to pick his brain and see what his thoughts were on the last series. So Baz, Kieran Downs, he bagged the Player of the Season award. Do you think that's right, right decision?
Yeah, of course. I mean, for anyone to achieve top assists and top goal scorer, what a fantastic achievement. But not just that, the what he contributed on the pitch. I mean, he created some great memories and some great goals for himself. So of course it's well deserved. But for me, is he going to do it again, or is that just his only time that he can do it? So it'd be good to see in the future, and obviously FNF 9 to see what really happens. I think as well in that series, he got a good head start. He was bagging goals quickly, and then as the series faded, he found it more difficult.
So do you think that the defences got more wise to him and prevented him from doing a lot more damage than he could have?
Yeah, because I think obviously he'd done the damage, and then everyone was aware of what he could do. And then I've seen it in matches where there were multiple people, 2-3 players trying to stop him, and that's what it took sometimes. But as the games progressed, the story changed a little bit.
So the final outcome of the series was 5-2 in favour of the young team. Do you think that's a fair reflection of the overall series?
I think towards the end, we were starting to compete. I think at the beginning we was nowhere near up to standards. There were some players that had never played against these before, and they were in for a big shock. Fair credit to them. They took the lead, and that did it for us. It was also hard to come back from that, and it was like climbing a mountain that you're never going to really get to the top. It was a big challenge, but I think in the end, the memories that were left, were fantastic.
Does any of the games stand out? Any specific game in the last series stand out?
I think when we won our first game, because that's when we believed that we could win, and that's when we believed that we could compete. So I think the first game when we won, which was really important, and the last game as well, it was do or die, and unfortunately we didn't we died. So but anyway, on to the next one. So we'll look forward to that. It's not finished by a long shot, by the way. So we'll go back to that another time.
And we for the first time we had a penalty shootout to decide games. Was that a good or bad thing?
That was fantastic, to be honest, because it just gave more drama to the actual game, and I think as well that was the first series where we had penalties, and that opened the door for more penalty shootouts. And you have to settle at a draw, or you can't settle at a draw, so something has to be done, and penalties goes one way or the other. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, so hopefully there'll be more of them.
Do you have your own personal memory as a goalkeeper, any save you made or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, I think the only one that came to mind is when Pete scored his penalty and it was the final kick, and I accidentally headbutted him, which was always good. But that was memories for me and him, because we had we'd been playing together a long time, and it was good to play again with each other and to have that moment of success, I guess. I think I'd saved a penalty, and obviously he scored the winning penalty, and after everything we'd been through, I think it was good to find some success.
Where do you think it went wrong on FNF 7? Why we lost so much, and do you think that we took it too lightly?
Yeah, I think they took it too lightly, definitely. I didn't think anybody knew how. Like some of the players in our team they didn't know anything about Kieran or Matty or Ash and what they were capable of. They've got better with time, and they're obviously the next generation. So I think where it went wrong is the first 3 games we didn't compete at all, and then like I say, you've got a mountain to climb. So it's just one of them, innit, where we tried to compete but it was just too late. And I think the contributing factor was it was nice to get Lee Earnshaw in, and he made a big impact, and to start he made the games competitive in one aspect, and it'd be good to see him again next year. There will be a replay match, because I felt that with having Ernie, would like to see where it would left off if it was 0-0 when we first got in it. But it's all ifs and buts, never mind all that. End of the day, the better team won. The thing that got me though was we never beat him cleanly. It was just by 1 goal. You know, they beat us by 11-5.
We never thrashed them, did we?
Yeah, we never thrashed them. They beat us cleanly. You know, they beat us cleanly almost every time. We didn't even do it once. So I really want us to compete better this year, the next time at FNF 9. So there will be a replay. I mean, we'll get that on as soon as everybody's ready. So there will be another replay, and hopefully it can be a yearly thing. You know.
Was there anything we did wrong as a team that caused us to lose 5-2 in the series, or caused us to get thrashed in certain games?
As a team, well, I think attitude. Yeah, I mean the attitude. Obviously, you have to have the right attitude. That was a massive factor in some of the games.
When you say attitude, what specifically do you mean?
Well, obviously, when
do you mean people weren't up for it, or
I think as well, no one likes
people were too cocky?
No, not really. I think it's the psychology of people losing. Some players can't handle it. So, and then when you start losing, your attitude changes, and that can be a major factor in a football match. So.
Do you think the blame was being passed and stuff, or?
Well, yeah, obviously the blame always gets passed, in that's part of football. So the blame always gets passed no matter what. Whenever, even if the other team, you know, starts losing, the blame gets passed. It's part of football. The blame will always get passed, you know, and everyone reacts differently to that. So you know, it's. But I think the next series players are not. Can't even get my words out. They know what to expect basically, you know. So it'll be, you know, a bit different this year, you know. So it's going to be a lot better this year. I know it is.
How do you think FNF evolved from the early start to where we are now?
It evolved just by playing football on a Friday night, because I think we used to get the pitch for free, and then to stop it being boring, we started making different matches with different teams or whoever we could. You know, my work colleagues, or you know, if we knew a team, we'd have them a game. And then it's evolved from there, and then it's become like a season thing now. So from playing, you know, back in what were it, 2002 or something, 2004
I think.
It might have been.
Well, we've been playing all our lives, haven't we?
Yeah, 2004 at Tomberton, to where we are now. So yeah, it's evolved, and I still have many memories of the first couple of games, and I remember getting knocked out in a game. I remember throwing a ball in the back of Owley's head in one of the games when they just scored. So funny memories of people's behaviour as well, like, you know. But yeah.
So they say that you have to be pretty crazy to become a goalkeeper. Do you think that's true? And also, what made you start to be a goalkeeper? What made that the position for you?
Well, I think the first question is crazy. Well, I think you got to be stupid, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's. People are shooting balls 60, 70 mile per hour, and you're going to try and stop it. So there have to be really something a little bit wrong with you to try and stop a ball that's going 60, 70 mile an hour. In some cases, and it is the hardest position to play in the pitch, in my opinion. So and you're always learning as well. And some games you can have a game and not make any saves. So it's different. It's very different. But yeah, crazy or stupid or whatever you want to call it. And obviously diving at people's feet.
You obviously enjoy it.
Yeah, obviously, you know, when you make a good save, it's, you know, you always get a good buzz out of it, because, you know, you've stopped someone. Saves are never looked on upon as goals, and, you know, that's really where you've got it all to do if you're a keeper.
What made you become a goalkeeper?
I think obviously my older brother was madly into football, and a couple of his mates had never had a goalkeeper, so they just used to throw me in the net, and then the rest is history, I guess. Playing with lads a lot older than me as well at the time, getting up at, you know, I remember my brother waking me up at 2:30 in the morning to go and play once, where at the Red Gra, where it was, you know, a bit of floodlight from the car park, and I was basically bullied into it.
Right, Barry, you better start saving some, because you're fucking Bob Sharton, alright?
So ever since then I've been, you know, just sticking to that position.
Can you imagine yourself in any other position?
Yeah, on the sideline, you know. So yeah, I mean, I do like the time on the sideline as well, watching games. So
no outfield position.
No outfield position. You know, I either play net or, you know, just.
Well, we've seen you when you make your crazy runs.
Yeah, I don't know what goes through my head sometimes. To be honest,
no one's safe.
Yeah, well, to be honest, so I have scored a couple of goals as well.
Yeah, you have, to be honest.
But, you know...
do you enjoy scoring goals when they come around? Because they're quite rare, and it's going to be even harder now on 8-a-side pitch. Are you going to miss the fact that you can that you're not going to be doing your crazy runs and having a shot anymore?
Well, I can still do the crazy runs if I don't know, when I get possessed, I guess. But we may see one or two. We may see me go up for a corner, but I still want to score one more goal. Like, it depends. Yeah. It doesn't matter who it's.
Well, you scored a penalty, didn't you?
Yeah, but I missed one. But anyway, that's all history. But the I think obviously Ash's starting to pick up the crazy run thing as well. I think he had one or two in the FNF 7, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I guess it's something that's dying out, but you never expect a goalkeeper to run through a full team and score. I mean, who does that,
Do you have any favourite players, a favourite backline that you've ever played up against, or played with, sorry?
In the FNF, you mean?
In FNF, yeah.
I tell you what, I don't have a fucking bunch of slugs in my defence. Yeah, I mean, obviously there were a lad called Josh Butterworth who worked at Airwood Sports Village. He was always good to play with. Obviously Sean, he's my best mate, and it's always good. We always have a good understanding with each other. It's always a pleasure to play with. Defensively, because everyone's on that same aspect. Who the fuck else now? Obviously, playing with Pip, he's always there available to give to the left hand side, to distribute the ball to. I do like playing with him. Yeah, to be honest, right, it's always good to play with anyone I've played with in the past, because anyone that I've played with in my childhood. But like I say, I don't like to pick players specifically, but it's anyone we're both on the same page. Basically, we both want to stop the other team scoring, and who's got a good attitude. That's the main thing.
Are there any games that you played in that weren't on camera that you wish was on camera? And can you imagine yourself playing without the camera now? Has it become part of you?
I think part of the cameras, we brought the camera in to just to capture what we was doing and anything, just to improve as well. We can look at a game if we did that right or whatever. Could I play without the camera now? Well, the camera's like a library, innit? You go back and then you can see exactly what happened, and it's like the Bible now. You go back and watch what's happened in the past, and that's what's really important. The cameras obviously become a big part of FNF. It's not FNF without the camera, so and everything's recorded. Anything can happen, and that's what's important. That's what makes FNF special, is the camera. So,
was there any games that you wish was filmed that you did something good in one of the games and no one will ever know about it?
I think going back to Wardlow now, a lot of the games in Wardlow we used to play in the sports hall. I mean, I wish some of the we had a camera back then and
filmed a few of the Clint back heels.
Yeah, a few of the Clint back heels and stuff. Yes, I think as well, Loughborough Sports Centre, we didn't really film many of the games there, but I think it was important to bring something in that meant something, because playing without a camera don't really mean anything. Like as history is regarded, it's just meant for the players at the time. But this is all about capturing history and some of the players and some of the records what people have made.
Do you think that there'll be a generation after Kieran and to carry on FNF or anything like that?
It's paramount that happens, because we can't just stop it of 2 generations. It's part of that must happen. So we've got to do whatever we can to make sure that happens. To make sure that it carries on. To make sure there's a future, a bright future, not like the Orange Network, I guess.
So yeah. So anyway, thank you for your thoughts and that. Do you have anything to say to the people watching at home? Anything else?
Well, obviously look forward, because we've got better series coming. We've got better football to be played. We've got better memories to be made, and that's what's important. It's not about I never did this for me. I did this for everybody else, and just to create memories for everybody. And that's what's really important to me. It's not about me. It's about everybody. And that's the most important thing. Is to continue the legacy, and I can't do it on my own. I need everybody who's watching this to help me do it. And let's make history. Let's do it, man. Let's keep going. So,
all right, Barry McLaughlin, thank you very much.
Signing off.
Okay.